and welcome to day 19 of Vlogmas. I think it's 19. No, it's not. Is it 20? So it's 20. How did that happen? So day 19 didn't happen in my Vlogmas. I'm sorry. It was, do you know what? It was just a day of cleaning, tidying. We did a little bit of shopping, and it was like catch up on all the cleaning that's been left to one side, because honestly I prefer to sew than clean. It's widely known. So yeah, I am putting the sewing to one side and I'm just cleaning the gaff, cleaning the mess, putting away all the crap that's around the place. And yeah, so it's Sunday. That's the washing machine on. It's actually a really nice day out, and I planned loads for today, loads of tidying and cleaning. Beds got changed yesterday and a few plans got made for Christmas. So I have a lump of bacon in the slow cooker today. So that's cooking away nicely and it smells lovely. So we call it bacon. I think a lot of people call it gammon. So it's a lump of Irish bacon in the slow cooker, and that'll be done in a couple of hours. I always put it on a timer because even though it's on the slow cooker, I forget it's there. So it's on a timer now for about 5 hours, so that'll be really nice. Also decided that we're going to put a table into the conservatory for Christmas Day. So because we've kind of converted a lot of the house to my work, we've lost a dining room. So we eat, God, that washing machine is getting really bad. I'm going to close the door. We eat on the island, which is like that. The whole house is like that. It's full of crap. We eat on the island all the time. It's just not the same eating on the kitchen island for Christmas dinner. We've done it. We did it last year, I think. But yeah, we're going to put a table out in the conservatory. So I think my cutting table in my, still I don't know what to call that room, my shop. I suppose I could call it the shop. That was the dining table. And where we have the living room now, which is really the dog's living room, that used to be the dining room. And where my big sewing room is, that used to be the living room. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing. I just don't know what to call rooms anymore. They've all changed. So today I'm going to get the house into a little bit more shape. And yeah, Jason is away at work at the moment and he's back Tuesday. So we'll do the big Christmas shop. He'll do the cooking of Christmas dinner. I may help. I may pour a beer or two, but yeah, he likes cooking the Christmas dinner. I don't blame him. Mine isn't great. I think stick to what you're good at. And I'm better at sewing than cooking. So I am going to make a cup of coffee now. I'm going to put on my hairband. And actually, this is a hairband that I did a quick tutorial. This is like a 5-minute hairband. So if anybody's looking for, say, a couple of stocking fillers, this is great. It's got a twist in the middle of it. And I link in the sew along up here if I think of it. But it's back in like the playlist of tutorials and things. So it's made from cut-offs of jersey. You need very little. Great for covering the grey as well. Don't really think a hairband suits me very well, but it's great for the job in tow today. You can make it from cotton jersey or viscose jersey. I prefer it out of viscose jersey because I have quite a big head and it just stretches around better. So yeah, if you haven't made one of these, once you make one, you'll love it, and everybody will be getting one for Christmas. So I will catch up with you later when I have more cleaning done. So I put throws on the seats of the couches for obvious reasons, that the dogs lay on them and they love to nest on them, so they love to like claw them. So these are just like cheap throws that I pick up in pennies, have them in loads of colours, have the red ones taken off now so that they can go into the washing machine and they'll be ready for Christmas. So I've taken one off, I throw it on the floor, and then Scrappy makes a little nest on it because he loves that. And now I'm going to set up the camera to show you putting the throw on Lola's couch. She refuses to move off it, so I just have to work around her. So this is the little stove that we have in this living room, and this originally was the dining room just off the kitchen, which was lovely. But there's underfloor heating in the house and it doesn't actually work in this room. So originally there was a gas fire in here, and I didn't actually like it. It didn't really give a very nice heat. Either you were like really hot and sore throated, or if you turned it off then it got really cold. So I bought a stove a couple of years ago and we put it in here, and the heat of it is just gorgeous. I just love it. We get timber every year from a local guy who they cut down the trees that are fallen in different winters and the storms and that, and then whatever money that they make from selling the timber goes to the local national school. So we've got a big load of timber this year, and then we use briquettes as well. So we have turf here in Ireland, we have the bogs. I don't know how much longer that's going to last with the turf cutting, but we have what's called briquettes. So they're like solidified turf, and they come in lumps like this, and you buy a bale of them. I don't know, are they in other countries? I actually don't know, but they're called briquettes. And I was going to say cook, I burn timber and briquettes on that little stove, and it's just gorgeous. So I've just cleaned out the stove and I'm just going to give it a little clean, because it looks quite black there on the screen, but it actually needs blackening up. So I use this stuff there. Now it actually just, you can really like blacken up the stove with it, but it's definitely a gloves job. And I usually keep old tea towels for doing this job, so I've just cut up an old tea towel for this. So I've been extremely busy this morning cleaning, and I've done some really deep cleaning. My mother would have been extremely impressed because I actually took a toothbrush out. My mother was a lover of a toothbrush. Oh my god, she loved nothing more than cleaning with a toothbrush. So I'll show you the kitchen now after I've done all of this, but there's an awful lot of grooves. There's loads of grooves in the kitchen, like there's grooves on the kitchen cupboards, and my god, I just have a notion of this squirting out like toothpaste. Oh, I think I have to cut the top of this. washing has finished, and it happens to be all the bedding because I changed beds yesterday. And I'm just folding up one of the fitted sheets, and I'm using a method that I learned in a laundry years ago. So I used to help out in my lunch times. So you put your hand into the corner of the fitted, and you grab the other, and you put that through the corner. Go down to the other two and do the same thing. Corner into corner. So you have the corners of both hands. Then put the corners together, fold them over. Then you end up with this. So you have all the corners in there. Fold this amount down, fold them together. Then fold it up. And you end up with a nicely folded sheet. Well, that was a very productive cleaning day today. Who would have thought it would take all day? Lola likes to go outside to get some rainwater to drink. So in the back door, this is the utility room. Washing machine, tumble dryer still going today. Swing around to see my yellow wellies. So Jason works in the RNLI and I love their yellow wellies, but being a size 3, they don't make them big enough for adults and the children's size don't fit me. So he found these yellow wellies, they're hunters, so I got them as a birthday present a couple of years ago and I was so pleased. So starting with the Queen on her chair. So this chair is an old leather chair. If you saw it underneath that covering, you would be appalled that anybody would have it in their house. But I keep recovering it because the Queen loves her seat. Here I'll pan around the kitchen. This is a cute lamp that I like. And you can never have enough fairy lights. Of course, I made these Roman blinds. I love Roman blinds. And here's our collection of geckos on the wall. So we collect one of these each time we go to Lanzarote. None added to the wall this year, but hopefully next year. Washing up after today's dinner. We ended up with enough left over for a dinner for tomorrow. I love this sink. And the range cooker. And of course there's a waggy tail. And over here is a plant that is still alive about 2 years later after being in my care, that is a feat for any plant. And then in here is our little living room. So there's the lovely clean stove now. And I added a couple of fairy lights up onto the mantelpiece because I thought they'd be cute today. So I have a bookcase here, and I moved all my sewing books down here a couple of years ago, and they're all down there at the bottom, so I often pick one out to have a little read. We have another door there going out into the hall. And these are curtains I made, I think it was last year. And they go through the pole with the eyelets. They're never pulled. We live far enough in from the road that they're never pulled. There's Lola on her favourite chair, and that's exactly where I sit. So she usually sits down there when she knows it's time for me to come in and sit down. I much prefer to have lamps on than the ceiling light. Oh, and here's 3 little paintings that I did a couple of years ago at a few classes. So I think the bird was my first one. And then this is like a little shoal of fish. And my peacock. We have a second bay window in the room as well. That's where the TV goes. And I like this little table. This was a horrible little table, and I painted it and then used some of the tiles left over from the kitchen to put on the top. And I added a little detail thingy there and painted it. And then this is normally where you'll find Cerys sitting. So we both have a couch each. And another chair that Scrappy likes sitting on, but he doesn't like the giraffe cushion at all. So that's our little living room. And as I cleaned the stove today, Cerys came in and surprised me, and I dropped some of the cleaning stuff on the floor, straight onto the mat. Where else would it land? And I have to get a new mat there anyway, so usually what I just do is buy like an offcut in a carpet shop, and then I cut it to shape. So there you go. That's where Lola will be plonked for the evening. So that's the end of a very domestic day 20 of Vlogmas, and normally myself and Cerys would be trying to tidy ourselves up. I use the word glam for myself loosely, but we would normally be trying to look presentable, ready for our live, and this is the first Sunday we haven't had a live going on, so we're going to sit back now this evening and relax. And are you talking about doing some baking?
Yeah, some shortbread possibly.
Ooh, nice. Goes great with all the slimming I've done this week. Okay, see you on day 21.